Senate Bill 1035 and House Bill 611, both pieces of legislation give Pennsylvanians that much-needed voice. And as we heard Dr. Fishman testify, constitutional conventions in Pennsylvania are not a new novelty, but they are rare as of late. As he testified, the planning for the last constitutional convention began the year that I was born. And the last constitutional convention occurred before Neil Armstrong took one giant leap for humankind. And the voting age in Pennsylvania was still 21. So to say that we are overdue, I think, is a great understatement. This constitutional convention would be limited in nature to look at the very issues that many of us have campaigned on and supported throughout our tenure. For one reason or another, these reforms cannot make it across the proverbial finish line. The scope of the convention would be established as follows. 150 members would comprise the convention, with voters in each state senatorial district electing 3 individuals. These individuals would be required to obtain 100 signatures to have their name appear on the ballot and meet certain age and residency requirements. Most importantly, no member of the General Assembly, the governor, lieutenant governor, statewide row officer, or judge can participate in the convention. A majority of the 150 members is required to make recommendations to the electorate on these subjects and these subjects only. Under Article 2, the following sections. Section 3 relating to term limits and changes in the length of terms of members of the General Assembly. Section 4 relating to the General Assembly's status of being a full-time or part-time legislature. Section 8 relating to compensation for the General Assembly. Section 16 relating to the number of seats in the General Assembly. Under Article 3, the following sections. Sub-Article A relating to amendments of legislation on third consideration. Section 13 relating to prohibitions on voting. Section 22 relating to no-bid contracts. Section 24 relating to spending without an enacted budget in place. Section 26 relating to pension and cost of living adjustments. Under Section 3, the following associations, I take that back, Section 4. Under Section 4, the following. Section 4 relating to the office of Lieutenant Governor. Section 14 relating to simultaneously serving as a Lieutenant Governor and member of the Senate of Pennsylvania. And under Article 5, the following sections. Section 10 relating to independent review. Section 17 relating to work outside of court service. Section 18 relating to Supreme Court involvement. And let me be crystal clear. This convention shall not include any changes to the Declaration of Rights of the Constitution of Pennsylvania. The convention shall come up with at least one question for the voters to decide on to each of the above-mentioned sections. This process, as Dr. Fishman discussed, could occur every 20 years. However, whether the state holds a convention is predicated on the voters. Over the last several years, the General Assembly has debated ad nauseum over many of these matters. Should the House be reduced to 153 seats? Should the Senate be reduced to 45 seats? Should the legislature reject the automatic cost of living adjustment? Should the state have a plan in place to pay for its budget? Many of us up here and those who are online are probably nodding their heads. But we need 26 votes in the Senate, 102 votes in the House, and the signature of the governor. And these issues predate our time in the General Assembly. And while you may find consensus on these pressing issues among committee members, we still cannot reach consensus to advance these much-needed government reforms. So Representative Ryan and I say, let's give it to the people to decide. The people get to vote on their members to this convention. The people get to vote on every item to be suggested from this convention. And to the people of Pennsylvania, this is a way to give you the power that you have not had in 50+ years. So since the last convention, we figured out how to put a man on the moon, but we can't agree on certain aspects of the size and scope of our state government. And if the General Assembly and the governor cannot come to agreement, then it's time to change that and to take an honest look at handing the reins over to the people with Senate Bill 1035 and House Bill 611. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.